Hey everybody, it's a sunny day today. It's about 102 degrees outside. I'm in my driveway and I've been asked to discuss how I've installed my accessory wiring on my Bronco, and I'll show you some of the tools I have and what wire I decided to use. Basically what happened is that I installed this ARB bumper on my Bronco, and with that I had a license plate relocation bracket, which is right here, and I needed to get the wiring to that. So I went ahead and made my tap into the wiring harness, which is down over here. And the other thing too is at the same time I decided to go, and I'm not sure if you can see it right there, that white wire with the orange stripe is now tied in, and I used a crimp for that, and it's this type of crimp where you get one of these. This is a larger version of it, but you get one of these and you crimp it, and it makes a solid gas tight crimp that is not gonna overheat or anything like that. It's actually very, very good. So I followed that wire back behind on the harness behind the subwoofer. Right now it's just barely hold on with this nut right here. It's put in place. Then what I did is I went ahead and used Tefzel wire for this, and I used 14 gauge Tefzel wire. There we go, 14 gauge Tefzel wire for that number 6 accessory, and then for the license plate bracket I used number 18 Tefzel wire. That's 18 gauge right there. And just to take a look and see what's the big difference between Tefzel and regular wiring, here is a harness that is from rigid lighting that comes in here, and it has a Delphi connector right there. This is 18 gauge, and if you compare the 18 gauge and Tefzel compared to this wiring, you can see the difference. It's substantially thinner, and I can actually use 14 gauge in places, and it really doesn't cause any issues. So because I'm putting two pairs of wiring, it's and I'm using the correct gauge, then what I did is I went ahead and grounded it over here, and I have some shrink wrap and a fitting on this. So it comes down over here, and I have this connector right here, and it comes into this, and this allows me to, if I ever want to take the tailgate off, I can do so right here at this point and take off all these connectors. I went ahead and paralleled the wiring up over here into this fabric part, and then paralleled again over here using Tessa loom, not convolute, but tape. This is the fuzzy tape, and also to be able to disconnect it from inside, and so it doesn't knock around. It's kind of brought down a bit and hanging right there, and I can then disconnect it from here, and to that spot over there I can actually take this off if I ever needed to. And this wiring is comes through here, which is now, this wiring comes through here and is blocked off. In the future I plan to put on some chase lights. I just need to get the correct bracket for that. And the license plate relocation bracket now has the light coming over here, and that is hooked up with a Weatherpack connector right in there, so that way we can differentiate which one goes to which. In case it gets to a shop or something, they don't know what's going on, they'll see exactly which connector is which. Once again, that's 14 gauge, and any excess lead is wrapped around a nut down in there, and this one is tucked in there until I need to use it, and it doesn't make any noise or rattle. So that goes through there. It's a very tidy install. Once again, it connects here. This section to this section is about 8-foot section. So this section from right here, following up and through here, down through here, and that's about 8 feet. And then this to that ground, each of them are grounded. That's about 2 feet. And then from here, one goes to the splice for the license plate, and one goes all the way back over there, and that's about another, I would say about 4 foot. No, I think it's longer than that. I think it's about, let's just call it 6 feet to 7 feet, somewhere on there. So some of the tools I use over here, I have the correct Delphi tools for crimping. This is for the A, B, C, D, E type crimps, and it's the 1028 5271 crimper. For the Weatherpack crimper, I use this one over here. This is the GM equivalent of the 120-14254 crimper, and they just hold on. The crimp device just slips right in there, and then it's easy crimping. Just take a look at a couple of the wiring guides on YouTube, and you'll see how that works. For the Delphi, I use this HDT 4800. I use the machine pins. They just drop right in there. You put the Tefzel wiring end right into that, and you line it up each time. If you have a male or female connector, you just line it up flush with that section right there, and then you drop in after you adjust the gauge setting, either 14 or 18, whatever it is that you're using. Right now it's set for 14. Drop it in, you press, you see how it closes in, and it has a perfect crimp every time, real nice and tight. You wind up with this here, and it's a perfect connection. No issues there. It looks very factory, very nice, holds a lot of amperage, doesn't get hot. The is from ProWire USA, and this is a Raychem shrink wrap, and this is the sheathing I used right here. You can get it at the same location, and you can get the Tefzel wiring over at ProWire USA. I think you can also get the same stuff over at Weatherpack Wire. If you don't have one of these already, get the Hozan P707. It's a universal crimper in case either one of these don't work. And also for the this is a Stacon terminal installing tool, which does your regular crimps. That's nice. That's actually one I used for this right in here. And as you can see, it's after I terminated it, I put a shrink wrap on that. Going into the hood, under the hood, as you can see, I used the Weatherpack kit, which originally started off from a lighting company. Right now it eludes my thought process, but it's SPV, I think, is the company, and I've got my ARB kit over there, and everything is grounded properly and using shrink wrap, and you can't even tell what's what. Everything has Tessa coating or wrap on it, and it makes a clean install. The grounding over here is also got some shrink wrap for reinforcement, and then attached right there using those crimpers. Over here, same thing with the ARB wiring. Got some nice crimps there. So the big thing about this is that you don't want to be running devices and have it get real hot, and then next thing you know, your vehicle catches fire. So these are just some recommendations, you know, just to get you up to speed about some of the tools that are here. If you don't know where to buy some of the stuff, you can go to Amazon. JR Ready makes some really good connectors for the Delphi connectors. There's a Curious Mark who does the NASA stuff. They use the JR Ready equipment, so you don't have to buy this expensive tool. You can buy their version of it, or you can get a different version. It's up to you. And as far as the Weatherpack kit is concerned, I've looked at some of the stuff on Amazon, and it's kind of cheap, so I went straight to Mauser, and I purchased the correct stuff. This is a dual gang part here. If some of your connectors, let's say like your Dynamics has a different connector, then you can also get the TE Electronics, or let's see, what is this? This is the TE connectivity, automotive connectors, and you can get that. And that's when you start using some of the Hozan or some of the other crimpers there. And there's some investment when it comes to getting these items. Here are all the little the connectors there, and some plugs and whatnot. So yeah, it takes a little bit of investment, but really, if you're going to keep this vehicle and you want it to be, you know, outstanding and not having any problems in the future where you're going somewhere and next thing you know, you have you know, lights not working, get pulled over for that, or something's shorting out over here, I'd rather get this done once and then forget about it. I've restored cars in the past when I was a kid. I had a Ford Ranchero from 1969 that came with the interior wiring was just completely shot and took out the whole harness. I had to go out to a junkyard and pick up another harness and then splice it all in, and that's where I started learning how to do all this stuff. So it just takes a little bit of time to learn. A couple of videos help you out. It's a little bit of a pain to take some of these items apart, but ultimately you wind up with a nice product. You just have to have some thinking, you know, plans before you work on this, and this is just an idea how to do this type of wiring. So other than that, good luck, have a good day.